It is incredibly windy today. The wind woke Jeremy up in the middle of the night thinking there's a tornado. So I'm just warning you. I have the wind muff on, but it is very, very windy. Good morning, goats. Jeremy just had to take a bunch of like clippings be dumped. I've got to mow today, and I've got to see what babies we don't have sold today. So I have a list, and I've got to go down my list and contact everybody about what's available. Like, I know Miracle, Chunk, Marshmallow, and Andy are sold. And I know we have some people waiting for Dolings, so I know a lot of the Dolings are gone. Like with the and Oreo is sold. So with the exception of Olive, all the registerable girls, I've got to look and see how many and where they're going. You guys have been asking me about if I'm keeping anybody this year. I have not had plans to keep anyone. And Jeremy and I basically discussed like not adding, and I will explain why. And we'll talk about that a little bit today and a couple of other things. But it is very, very windy, and I have 3 hours of mowing ahead of me. So lots to do. Hi, my sweet mocha. And I also have 2 more to disbud, so I need to look at my list and figure out if they need to be disbudded or not. I think everybody wanted disbudded babies, so I gotta figure that out. Also got to worm Nani today and just do a general color check on everyone. She's pretty thin, and I checked her color yesterday, and they're all kind of thinner, feeding bigger babies, but she definitely needs another worming. And I wormed her maybe 4 weeks ago, so I need to do that. This gate has become a problem. Our garage project is supposed to be starting soon. They say demo starts Tuesday, where they're gonna bust the concrete up, and then they'll redo the concrete and then start framing. Breakfast for you guys, yeah. Move that water bowl over. She's drinking almost that whole entire bin every day. Now she's black and it's hot. I'm wondering if it's not like spilling as she sticks her head in it because it's on an incline. So we're gonna move over. It's rubber, so I doubt that it's like cracked. The wind may have just got it today if there wasn't a lot of water in it. These ruffians. So our separation of pigs and goats has actually worked really well. There's enough grass right now. Better to have the 2 pigs on different areas. And since I've pretty much given up on the fact that they're gonna get pregnant, it doesn't really matter. We'll put them back together eventually, but right now the grass seems to be doing really well. I have some parasite issues with Nani. I'm sure this is just related to babies and milking, like they have so much plentiful long grass. We are gonna rotate them out into this wedge for the weekend, close off this, and I'm actually gonna close off this whole side today. Babies will be able to get over here, but mama goats won't, and put them here. Are you guys ready to come out? Yeah, mom has to get some fencing work done before we can do that. Rotate the fence. Okay, so you can see I put this gate this way, keeps them off that. What's wrong, buddy? I don't see anything that looks scary, but I'm not a doggo. I'm mad about it though. I don't know, Bear. So they'll be able to go on this wedge. No baby goat adventures. The baby goats will be able to go under this, and so will Tink and Pixie and Pepper, but they shouldn't want to. They should pretty much want to stay out here. So there's so much grass in the boys' pen right now, I don't have any concerns about that. So we'll keep them on this today. There's no shade out here during the day, but also having issues with my charger not being charged, and just some things that I need to work on with the nets. So this is what we'll do. This was how this was set up when we first moved here, was to move them between these two wedges and have nets out there. But it ended up that this was really not a lot of grass, except for in peak grass growing months for the boys and the pigs. So, good morning, Pancake and Tinkerbell. Tink has become a bully for the baby goats. I've got to worm this one, and I'm gonna check on just everybody else. I'm gonna go grab some worm her real fast. I'm gonna double up her today, so I'm gonna do she's not pregnant anymore, so I'm gonna do both a Cydectin and a Prohibit wormer on her today. Should get her straight. She's not terrible, but I don't like the direction that she's going. Everybody else looks really good, but I'm gonna spot check a couple of them just to make sure. I will tell you, this little girl, the farm sitter spoiled her rotten. She does not leave me alone. And I don't understand. Leave me a comment. Have you ever done goat yoga? I do not understand this. People tell me all the time, oh, you should do goat yoga, yada, yada, yada. Y'all, she jumped on my back for like 20 minutes straight yesterday. Like, I'm sitting in the grass, and this little baby goat like jumped all over me. I have so many scratches. Like, I just had on a t-shirt and my back is all scratched up. That's why I don't understand it. Like, I get it, they're cute, they're fun to be around, but also it hurts. They've all come down here to this end, of course. I'm gonna mow all this today. Come here. Goodness, that's gross. So it's a Cydectin. So baby goats, the ones that I know for sure have homes, Marshmallow, both of the black boys, both Oreo and Andy, Miracle, and Chunk. And I believe we have at least one more request for a buck, and maybe another request for a couple more that want doelings. We had several people who wanted polled this year, and Andy is my only polled, because that was the only one Twiz had. So we'll see if they want to wait another year or would like to choose a horned animal. It's my best friend. So we'll see about that. I had decided 8 does was enough for me. And honestly, having 8 does give birth this year was kind of crazy. So we have 4, now I have 7 because we lost Cece. I have 7 does in milk. It's a lot, and it's a lot of babies, and it's a lot of fun, but it went on for a long time. And so really wasn't in a place where I wanted to keep anymore, because I don't really, it's a lot of milk to deal with. It's a lot of babies to deal with. It's a lot of mamas having babies, and I work full time. And so I was like, I don't really need any more. And we always end up at the end of the year wondering if we'll be able to get rid of all the boys, and if we can't get rid of them, then they have to be castrated and kept as pets, basically. I do have somebody looking, a couple of people specifically just wanting pets this year, so that will be helpful. So anybody we can't sell, I'll be able to sell as pets as far as bucklings go, but only 2 of them are left that I'm not sure about, and that's Biscuit and S'more, and neither of those boys should be hard to get rid of. So Olive is my only other pet quality animal that I have this year. Everybody else is gorgeous, form-wise, looks great. I know it's windy, I'm sorry. I don't know what we're gonna do. I've got to figure it out today. I've got to go through the list, decide where everybody wants to go, needs to go. The only one that I would keep that has really this year been the one that like I'm like, ooh, having a hard time with is Mocha. So I don't have any chocolatey does, and she really has become lighter. She's more like Poppy, but this little girl is super sweet, super friendly. And I don't have a doe from Nani. So Nani is her mom, and I don't have a doeling from her. I have Pepper. I don't have any, but I have Padme. So Padme, who's from that line, from my Garden and Goats girls. So Nani and Bunny came from the same line. And so I have Padme that's out of that line and was a great improvement on her mom. I don't have any doelings out of my other line, out of Zelda or Cece, other than Tink. Where's Tink? Tink, who we can't breed. So like I have Poppy that's out of Daisy, and then I have Pixie that's out of Twiz. And so really if I was gonna keep somebody, I would need to keep them out of Zelda to see if we were improving that line at all. But Ryan, my friend Ryan, is the one that has Tootsie from Cece and is gonna take Miracle. So she's gonna have 2 out of that breeder line. They're not like super closely related, but so she's gonna see those improvements. And so I can see, and Toffee and Tootsie were shown at like a fall show. They're the only ones in their class, but Tootsie they both look really good. So I'm kind of seeing that. So it would be Mocha, because Nani is probably my doe that could most improve in her capacity and texture. She's great, but that would be the areas that I would want to improve. And so it would be nice to see if we could do that with Mocha. But I have somebody I think that wants her, but I haven't decided if I'm gonna retain her or not. My guess is no, but if we were gonna keep one, it would be her. I also really love Raisin. I can't breed her. I don't have a buck to breed to her because she's Padme's, and so Padme was a Luke daughter, and then Raisin is a Bean daughter. And so I could breed her to Waffles. Couldn't even breed her to Waffles because that's her uncle. You could, there's line breeding, but I try to stay away from it. But we could keep Mocha and breed her to Bean, and that would be far enough down the genetic ladder, just because she's kind of unique looking, and I haven't been able to watch the improved genetics out of that line. My answer to you is I'm not keeping any babies. If I were, that's why I would keep them. Some of them are already paid for. Still working on registration for Biscuit and Pancake, because we're working on Pixie's registration. So all that, it was a lot this year for kids. And I am tired, and I'm probably saying that on the heels of having, the issue with Cece at the end. There's also the consideration of Twiz and Bunny. Do I continue to breed them? They're also older, have been bred every single year. They're 7 this year. Do I breed them next year? They should be able to go until they're 10. And would you like another doeling to be able to take the place of the 2 or 3 that I'm gonna have to retire in the next year? And so that goes into, do I wanna keep doing this long term? Am I going to breed and have babies? Because what will happen is I will have to add goats to continue to do that, but I'm not getting rid of my grandmas. And we're really at capacity as far as like what I want to take care of and what's easy for somebody to come in and take care of when we travel. And that's why I haven't added a doeling the last 3 years, is because all my girls are kind of close together, and we're gonna fade out. We'll fade Twiz and Bunny out, and then Zelda and Nani, and then Poppy and Pixie, and then Padme as far as breeding goes. And Poppy and Pixie are my 3 younger ones.